do, everybody? In today's video, I'm going to be showing you a Ben & Jerry's nail art design where there is a little tub of Ben & Jerry's with some ice cream inside of it, and then there is a ice cream scoop that has a big scoop of cookie dough ice cream. This design you could certainly personalize to whatever brand of ice cream that is the one that you always go for, and whatever flavor. You could have fun with it and switch it up and do a whole bunch of designs if you wanted to. You could pair it with like an ice cream cone, or even like the ice cream dripping nail would be really fun. You could just do a lot of fun stuff. I hope you love this as much as I do, and don't forget to click subscribe to see all my future videos as well. Bye! Bye!
We are going to begin with an overlay of a shimmery white acrylic. We're going to just apply that over the top. It can be a thin layer. I love using a shimmery white acrylic, especially when the design has a happy-go-lucky feel and it just brightens up the whole thing. And who will turn down a little bit of glitter? I mean, am I right? Can I get, any agreements here? Then we're going to encapsulate it with clear acrylic and then file the nail into shape with our e-file. Surprise, surprise. After that nail has been filed into shape, take a medium to large straw, not necessarily boba size, but pretty big, and we're going to be sculpting the container that the ice cream is in with a sky blue acrylic. You don't want to sculpt it, 360 all the way around. You want to just kind of get the general shape of what you would see if you were looking at it from the front. It'll get a nice little bit of curvature from the straw. You can increase that by pinching it if you feel it is necessary. Now in a nail form backing, we're going to be sculpting a spoon handle. You don't have to sculpt the bowl part of the spoon. You just want the handle with silver acrylic or whatever kind of spoon you want. And then also in a nail form backing, you're going to take some brown acrylic. You're going to pat it out incredibly thin. Let that cure. It can be any shape. Then you're going to take a manicure scissors that you do not use to cut anybody's cuticles, and you're going to be using it to chop up that brown acrylic into teeny tiny little chocolate chip bits. So just chop it up. You want small things. If you have a bunch left, I just set them down on my nail form backing and went to town with my little manicure scissors. So just keep cutting it up until all of the pieces are teeny tiny. And then once that is done, you're going to, this I missed and I apologize, you're going to mix a little bit of a kind of a toffee colored brown color acrylic around it. So you have some of the brown, some of the dark brown mixed up. And then you're going to cut that into little bits. That's going to be your little, so the first dark brown was your chocolate chips. The second brown was your cookie dough. So now attach your spoon to the inside of your ice cream container with a little bit of clear acrylic. Then using a milky color of acrylic that is an off-white, so like a cream milky color, you're going to fill in your container of your ice cream. Try not to drop it though, which is definitely my difficulty. So once you have it pretty good and it's all in there, you're going to flip it over and you're going to attach it to your ice cream. Fill in the bottom too. Forgot to mention that part. You want to take more of your sky blue and add the bottom to it. And now we're going to be making our ice cream scoop on. So this is a mold that I made a little while ago for a Cinderella design. And I can put a link to that video because I do show how to make the mold in that video, if that's something that you would like to see, if you want to see it. But it's just a 2-part mold making solution that I did around a magnetic marble. I think it was around a marble is what I did. But we're going to just use that mold to give the curvature of the ice cream scoop a nice cup shape. And then on a nail form backing, sculpt the handle of the ice cream scoop, glue the handle to the scoopy part of your scoop. Very technical terms here. Hold that in place. Once that has been held in place, you're going to secure the handle to the rest with some silver acrylic. Hold that down. Kind of hold it in place until the acrylic really grabs. Fill in behind onto the back of the handle part so that it isn't so flat on one side. You want it to be nice and rounded and comfortable to be holding while you're scooping out your ice cream. Although in this design, with the size of container that Ben & Jerry's is, would you ever use a scoop or would you just grab a spoon? That's the question. But then we're going to take more of our little cookie dough bits, more of that off-white kind of milky creamy color acrylic, and scoop that into our scoop. So we have a nice little scoop that somebody apparently took out of it. And you're going to attach both the ice cream container and the big old scoop of ice cream on the scooper to the nail. Now with some acrylic paint, we're going to be adding the details to this. And the Ben & Jerry's, I simplified the front of what the container would look like. If you want to do exactly what it looks like, I believe it's been a little bit. Now I'm trying to remember what the picture looked like. I think there was some green around the bottom. And just, a little bit more detail. And obviously look at photos. The other thing that's really fun with this design is that you can switch up what type of ice cream it is. So you can make it whatever your personal favorite is. You could just switch out what the front of the container says and then adjust the way your ice cream looks. And so you can, you could mix in swirls of caramel if that's your thing. There's just so many different options. And like I said, there's other designs that kind of complement this, and I can put any different ice cream related videos in the description box below. I have multiple different ice cream designs that I've done in the past. So if you are an ice cream fanatic, you can definitely go there and check those out. Speaking of ice cream, I love to make ice cream. I haven't actually purchased ice cream for a really long time because I've started making it more than buying it. And it is so much fun experimenting with crazy flavors. One of my favorites that I have made recently, which sounds really pretty weird, is ginger. It is so good. Just like crystallized ginger in it and then some ginger root boiled in with the dairy. Amazing. If you like ginger, I highly recommend it. So yeah, there's my piece on ice cream. Not one that you would normally find in a grocery store, that's for sure. So after you've got that, we've got the little black ribbon going across the top of the container. We're going to write Ben and Jerry's across that. If you feel like this is too small, you can simplify it. If you write, if you start with Ben and you get as far as you can going across, if it just gets too small, everybody's going to know what it is. Nobody's going to question what this is. It's ice cream. It's got the majority of the logo. That is fine. I almost didn't have room for my S. I squeezed in part of the S on the side, but it's a pretty long, set of letters that you're writing there. So be easy on yourself. Now in the kind of bubble cloud area, we're going to be writing cookie dough with red paint. I started in the middle with an O, added the K, the I, the E. Going to go back to the front of this, add the other O and the C, and then underneath that, we're going to write the dough. So if you were doing a different flavor, obviously you would want to switch up what you're writing here. That would be something you maybe want to just have in the back of your head when you're picking out what flavor to make it. Is you don't want to do one that is super long. So I know that a flavor of ice cream, and I guess this is, anybody from the Midwest on here know Culver's? I don't know, maybe it's just me, but caramel fudge cookie dough is my favorite thing, I think, flavor-wise from Culver's. Either that or they have some really good dark chocolate ones if you are going to get custard from such an establishment. But that would be a really long title to fit on this. So choose a title, even if you have to abbreviate, that maybe is a little smaller, and possibly just keep in mind what you're doing, what you're picking when you're doing it, so you make a good, easy choice on yourself. Apply some gel sealer over the background, some 3D glaze over the container and over the ice cream, and then that is it. This design is just perfect for the summer, which I know it is not. I'm not ready to be done with summer. So here we are. It's November and we're going to be eating ice cream, and yeah, that's all right. Just do it in a thick sweater so you don't get too cold. I hope you guys like this design. Check the description box for all of those videos I mentioned, and I will see you next time. Bye!